If you've ever been to a Leaf game in this city, there's a good chance you saw him holding court. A lot of people are treasuring those moments they spent with Walter Gretzky today. Canada's greatest hockey dad died last night at the age of 82. Here's Matthew Cullen with how Gretzky is being remembered.
It's everything I am was because of him. I mean, it's as simple as that.
The words spoken by the Great One about his father in 1996. Walter Gretzky was known as Canada's most famous hockey dad. He was a working-class man who raised his family in Brantford, Ontario. Although he never played in the NHL, he made a backyard rink where his eldest son, Wayne, learned and eventually became the greatest hockey player on the planet.
And across the line, Gretzky, you're in front, score!
A member of the Order of Canada, tributes and stories of Walter Gretzky have been pouring in since the world learned of his passing late on Thursday night.
Courteous, polite, first-class person. And, just to give his time to each and every person.
NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman referred to him as quiet and humble with a deep commitment of improving the lives of so many, while Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called him Canada's hockey dad. But Walter's legacy goes well beyond the hockey community. He was gracious with his time and spent countless hours working with charities, including the Canadian National Institute for the Blind.
Each year, children from right across the country were provided with scholarships to be able to attend this camp. And Walter, each and every year, was the keynote speaker at that camp.
The Gretzky name is multi-generational. Even children who didn't get to see Wayne play in the NHL know the name. In Brantford, Walter was one of the pillars of the hockey community, spending hours at the local ice rinks with children, including local goalie Hunter Jones, who is now a prospect of the NHL's Minnesota Wild.
If there was something going on in Brantford that involved hockey, he was going to be there and show support. Having Walter around the rink, it kind of emphasizes that and what Wayne's done with the game. And I think it's a pretty cool aspect that to be around, and I'm glad I was a part of it.
Described as patient and humble, his advice for Wayne in hockey was always simple.
Oh, I would just tell him to play good.
Walter Gretzky was 82 years old. Matt Cullen, CBC News, Toronto.
Walter Gretzky was the Great One's dad, but he was also known for his own greatness. Many in the city remember him today for just being a stand-up friendly guy.
He just brought smiles to people's faces. When he was at an arena waving at people, you could just see the people around just light up when Walter was announced that he was at the crowd.
He never forced Wayne to play hockey. He allowed Wayne to play as much as he wanted. So yeah, I think he's really going to be missed by a lot of people.
I mean, it's obviously a big loss for the hockey community in Canada. As a kid growing up in the GTHL, saw him at a lot of rinks. You'd always sign autographs and do the stuff that people have been talking about all day. Great guy, and obviously it's had a big impact.
Great guy. That's what you keep hearing over and over. And I actually got to meet him a couple of times, Colette, but once he did guest weather on the show, and I got to go pick him up and drop him off, so I got to spend a little time with him. And man, just a nice, friendly Canadian. He was so sweet to everybody he met.